Assalamu alaikum. Today we are here for our wireless programming project presentation. Our project title was BD Question Bank. That means Bangladesh Question Bank. So first of all, we are going to introduce ourselves. Our team name was XSG Night. We are from batch 49 PCT section from Computer Science and Engineering in Daffodil International University. This is myself, Mohammad Ahsan Habib, and my ID is 181151907. I am here as a group leader, and another two of our members are Anisuzzaman Shayak and Abdul Hadi Himel. So I'm going to talk about the timeline and contribution of our project. So here you can see that Anisuzzaman Shayak, whose ID is 1988, he has contributed the UI and UX design, app front-end codes, and some of the bug fixing and web view in our project. And Abdul Hadi Himel, he contributed in the part of collecting data and others, like help in the design, some activity of XML, a Java code implementation, and he linked up the data with the app, like questions, PDFs are linked through the Google Drive. And myself, Mohammad Ahsan Habib, I have implemented the whole quiz part, designing the quiz UI, writing the code for front end and Firebase backend, and also contributed the Firebase implementation, like adding the questions according to category in Firebase and fetch them to our app. So now I am inviting our first teammate, Mohammad Abdul Hadi Himel, to share his screen and show how he contributed in our project. Thank you.
Thank you, MD Ahsan Habib. So myself Abdul Hadi Himel, my ID is 181152080. So let's get into the presentation. Okay, so here are our project, BD Question Bank. So it is basically a question bank app. Like there are some features like PSC, JSC question, and all kind of questions in Bangladesh. So if someone go to our apps, and he will or she will find anything in our app like question related. So design. Let's get into the design part. UI UX design. So here we complete our design with Figma. So here are some design like okay. So here are our main design. Front page design is this: SSC, SSC, JSC question, SSC all board question. Then secondly, we can set our profile like username, institute name, and so on. We get notification by our app, and we can search by year and board by our question. Then we can take quizzes, like we can also download our PDF, SSC, SSC, all kind of questions we include our app. So in quiz section there will be above time settings, then question, then we have to choose some other options and then submit it. So this is the design part, front end. So basically front end, I implement some of front end pages like home screen. So let's get into the home screen main activity code. So here we see the basically XML code. There are some horizontal list view and vertical list view in it. So if we see it, SSC, ACC admission, this is a horizontal list view I worked. So basically I am implementing XML code with home screen. So let's get into the app view. I want to share my direct app. We build APK. So let's get into the app. First, I need to stop sharing. Then here is our app, BD Question Bank. So let's get into the BD Question Bank. Okay, so here is our main app. We are very excited to introduce with you this. Like if we this is XML for horizontal list view, and this is scroll view. So we can take quizzes here, search questions, and if we go through the SSC part, then we will see many type of subject, all kind of subject we generated here, like accounting. You can go through accounting to 2015. Then it will load sometimes few seconds, and through Google Drive there is our question. So this is incredible. We see Play Store this kind of app, but this is ours, so we can very excited. So this is VCS job questions, reading materials, and etc. So let's back into the sites. We see the total app view, then resource. So basically I collected all data throughout the BD. So I collected from many social media platform. Like I ask for questions, some of people help me, and some of them are very arrogant. So I work hard to get it. So a resource, there are we build a downloadable APK which will be in Google Drive. I source code, there is source code, and open GitHub link. so you can access our project. So basically this is my part. I am here for basically overview the project idea. Our next two member like Ahsan Habib will say about front end, and Anisuzzaman Shayak will be sent the back end part. So that's all for me. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Abdul, Hadi, Himel. This is myself, Mohammad Ahsan Habib. My ID is 181151907. So now I am here to discuss how I have contributed my quiz part into this BD question bank. So now I am going to share my screen on my desktop. Give me a second, please. So this is I'm sharing my Android Studio code. So let's run the app first on my emulator. Okay, here is it. So I'm going to tell about how I contributed the quiz part. If we click the take quiz, you can see there are some categories like Android, data structure, operating system, OOP, GK, general knowledge, English, Bangla, Bangladesh, etc. Here I have implemented all the items as categorized. And then if I click into any categories, I can see there are the set of questions like set 1 and set 2 in back button. And like data structure, there are 2 sets. In GK, there are 1 set. And English, they are on set, and you can see that these colors are random. Okay, like this is now if you see carefully, if I go through this GK and back, the color are changed. So this is I have implemented the random color by dot random method. So after choosing a set of question like question set 1, here we can see this is the question 1 by 4, and we only get 10 seconds. There's a counting decreasing from 10 to 1. Then if I select an answer, so if the answer is right, it will give the green color, and the next question will be come up within 2 seconds. And if we give the right answer, then it will be red, and also it will show the green color. This is the third number of question, and again, if I give the right, it will give us a green view. And next, and we can see I have scored 3 out of 4. There are 4 questions, and I have scored 3 of them were right. And if I click done, it take me back to the main screen. Okay. So this is how it works. Now, if we see the math question, and there is only 1 set and 1 question only, ACF of 26 and 91 is it's 13. Okay, this is the right answer, green. And my I have set this question only 1 for this. Okay, done. So now let's take a look how I have implemented this thing in my Android Studio. So basically, first of all, I want to show you how I implemented these questions and categories all of in my Cloud Firestore, and all of these are have done in dynamically. Like I have created a question quiz collection, and then I have first of all added document name categories, and I have implemented all the categories like cat 1 to cat 10, like Android, Bangladesh, data structure, operating system, OP, etc. And into the cat 1 means category 1, I have set a 2 set of question like set 1 and set 2. And into that category 1, the name of the category is Android, and number of sets is 2. If I edit here the value of I increment or decrement into the app, it will automatically increment or decrement in real time. So let's get into the set 1. In set 1, I have given 4 questions like question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4 as documented. And every question I have added some field, like the main question is string type. What is Android view group? And the MCQ choice were A, B, C, D. Here is the answer. And at last, I give a field name answer, and I give it to a string as which is the correct answer. This one is for the correct answer. Okay. This is how I have implemented question 2, question 3, question 4, and also set 2. And this is how I have, just for the demo purpose, I have implemented all of them to minimum set 1, at least 1 set. Like in category 4, which is OOP, object-oriented programming, I have set 3 set of question, and in every set I have given a demo question for like question 1. In set 2, you can see the question 1, this is the different. Okay, set 3, question 1. So this is how I implemented into the Firebase. Okay, now get started into the Android Studio. First of all, I want to show you some of the activity layout, XML layout. So activity quiz category. Okay, so this is the activity quiz category. In here we can see this is very simple grid view list. As we can see, if we go there, these are the these methods we are used here in grid view. Okay, so these are the grid view and the layout quiz category layout. This was the layout text view. So I have implemented a text view into this grid view. So this is the text view, this is the text view, and they are all combined in a grid view. This is how the quiz activities were done. And next, if we see the quiz question, Okay, before that we want to see the quiz set layout. So these are the actually set, like set 1 and set 2. So this is simply a if I split the part, this is simply a text view I have implemented, set 1 and set 2. Okay, next, if we select the set 1 question, then it will go to the question. So let's see the code of question. Okay, here it is. In this section, I have worked a lot. Like, first of all, this is the linear layout, full of it, and then the text view. This is the text view where the question count. First of all, this is the 2/4. This is counting the question, and then the text view is the question part, like parent class of activity. This, and then there are another linear layout, and into that there are several types of buttons, like 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the choice, multiple choice, like A, B, C, and D. And then at last I have added a text view which is known, I have ID give the name of the ID like timer. So basically this is the timer of 10 to 1, decreasing from 10 to 1, like you have only 10 seconds to choice or give the answer right or wrong. This is how after this we will get to the next activity, which is quiz score, and this is our main emulator running, and this is here the code. Like, it's quite easy. Like into the linear layout I have give the text view, and there is a divider, which is this, you can see, and then again this there are the score text view. So I will count from the backend Java code that how many score I have chosen, or how many right answer I have given to them, and then the button. So in that button done I have there, and if I click to the done, I intend from there to the main activity. So let's talk about something, the backend Java code. Like, there is the simple quiz category. In quiz category, it's very simple. Like, we have just implemented the grid view and category list. Okay, so category list in here, so it will fetch the data from the category list. I have been fetching them for all over the Firebase. So load the data. Here is load data. Okay, so load data here. If we want to show here that the Firestore.collection, I first of all I have the quiz. Have a look that the it must be the same string name with the, that means the key value pair, quiz categories, and then the categories, and categories from here we will get the count category. Okay, and in else part I have printed if no category document exists, then it will show the error. So this is how the quiz activity works. And next, the set activity is quite easy, because here we also set the activity or the sets basically with dynamic. Like, if we go give there the set 3 or 4, it will dynamically change into our apps. So we have done this from same way: Firestore, fire collection, quiz, document dot category, and here is the process. Okay, so that was very easy, and we have given here a loading dialog button when the set will be loading from the Firebase. And next, I want to show the main part, which is the quiz question activity, and this is a big one. So let's get started. Here we have some option, like there's all of them are button, option 1, option 2, option 3, and option 4. And we have implemented on click listener into all of them. Here is also loading dialog button for when the questions are loaded. And then these commented mark was I implemented for the local variable, local questions, you can see. And now we are fetching from Firebase, so I reduce them. Okay, now the main part is the get question list. So get question list, into the I have created a array list, and into this part I am fetching the question from where quiz.document of category dot collection of set. So from the quiz and the document inside the quiz is category, and the collection inside the document is set. So from this set, is the task is successful, then from the query document snapshot we are getting the questions. And not only the questions, we are getting the get string field name question and doc.get string A, B, C, D. These are the options, multiple choice options from where I'm fetching the data. And next, at last, we are integer.parseInt doc.get string answer. So here I have told you, in every question I have given the answer, that means which was the right answer, into the string. These are the string into the string. So I have parsed it into the integer. Now I will check the given or clicked or on item click listener to this answer, this that is the answer was wrong or right. This is how the set question, and now the set question functions is made up, and there is the set question. Here I have just implemented into the text view of the button, like question.setText, question.setText. Into that, the get.get question. This is how I have done it. And there is a timer also, like after setting the question into my button, I have started the method start timer. So here is the start timer method, and into that I have given that into the 2 millisecond countdown timer will be for countdown interval will be 1000, that means 1 second, and milliseconds in future 12,000. Like we will get 12 seconds or 10 seconds to give the answer, main answer. Okay, if we give them the answer or click them, then it will take 2 seconds. After that, the next question will be faced down. So this is after a countdown timer dot starts, when it will start. And then on click listener, so first of all we need to know that which option or which button we have clicked. So we have used switch case to get the option, like option ID 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then check, and we called, and after selecting the question answer, I have stopped the countdown timer dot cancel, and then I have created a method called selected answer, and I have passed the selected option from here. Okay, now let's check the answer if my answer was right or wrong. Then here, if selection option equal to question list dot get question number dot get correct answer. So I have told you that the correct answer I have passed through the string and converted into the parse int. So if the correct answer is equal to the selected answer, then we will set the background tint list as green. This is how when we select any answer right, we get the green screen. And of course, there is a score integer part. I have incremented them for my score activity. Or else here into the switch, using switch case, I have if the colors are if I choose any wrong answer, then the color will be red. This is how the work is done. And now the change question activity, change question method will be, if I choose any question right or wrong, then the question will be changed automatically by this method. And if the last question, if it is, first of all, it will have a check that if it was last question or not. If the question is last, then it will go to the score activity. So after going to the score activity, we will show to the, okay, there have one thing that this is the play anim. This is, I have animated the things like how the questions are changed. Like if I go Android set to like Apple and see, this is the animation. So for this animation, I have implemented in this part. This is quite simple, and there's nothing to tell about it. And at last, there is, I have called the on break pressed method. And now at last, when we go to the score activity, it's quite simple. We have intent, and we have passed the score from that activity to this activity. Like here, we collect the score and score TV, that means score text view dot set text to score string. In that score string, we have passed the data from the another activity. So this is how I have implemented it. And into the done button, I have told you, if I click into the done, we have intent this activity to main activity dot class, and this is how I have finished this activity. Like here is, I have clicked the done, and here it is. So there is one more thing, that if we go to the splash activity, I have forgot one thing, that when the data will be fetched, when that means when all the questions will be fetched from the Firebase. So I have implemented these things into the splash screen. That means when our app will be run for the first time in on create method, there I have created this load data function, and from into the splash screen, when the splash screen will be visible, in this time our questions and activity and the categories with the sets, all of the questions will be fetched from the Firebase. So this is one more important thing I have told. So this was my part actually for implementing all the quiz parts and sets and questions. So for the demo purpose, I have given 2 or 3 questions into each of them, each of the Firebase console or the document. Here you can see. So this is for the demo purpose. In as we are working this in our for our final defense, so we will add more and more questions to there. And that's all about me. Now I am inviting our last team member, Anisuzzaman Shayak, to continue his what he have contributed in this presentation. So thank you. I am stopping my screen.
Thank you very much, Ahsan Habib. My name is Anisuzzaman Shayak. My ID is 181151988. Now let me show my present my screen, then I will start showing my contribution. So now let's get into the app. What I have done, I have implemented these list views. And if we click one of these items, there is another list view. Actually, this is not a list view. this part is static, done in the XML. But when I click one of these, this is a list view. And if I click one of these list, then it will open up a link in the web view activity. There is a progress bar in the bottom. So when the question loaded completely, the progress bar will be gone. Now let's see how I implemented this. First of all, let's open up a activity. For example, let's go to the admission activity. This is just a main activity. It has a few methods that just uses intent to launch other methods. Sorry, other activities. Let's see the XML for this. Now all of these are static XML. Here I have used a scroll view. Inside the scroll view, there is a linear layout, and there are inside this linear layout. This is a vertical linear layout that will scroll through all of these items, and there are these. These are each of the items. If I zoom in a little bit, so these are each of the items. This is a list view. Sorry, this is a linear layout. The style for this, all of these are using the same style as I have defined in the style sheet. So all of these lists look very similar because they're using the same style. And if I change any style here, then the changes will be applied to all of them. Then inside the list view, there is an image view. So this image view, and there is also a text. So nothing's very special. Then if we click one of these, there is a on-click method. Let's go to this on-click method. This on-click method just opens the activity. So now let's open an activity that has some questions. For example, let's go to Dhaka University activity. So this is the Dhaka University activity. So there are total 41 questions in Dhaka University. Now all of these are implemented in a list view. So there are 3 lists. One list is for all the links. Then there is a list for all of the names. And there is one for all of the images. These images. Now let's see how this list view work. So this is very simple. This is just the toolbar. This is nothing special. If I click this, it just does this. So setting up the toolbar, then here is how I set up the list view. First, I declare a list view, then fetch the ID. Then I have created a custom list view adapter. Then I have passed the images, names, and links, all of the 3 lists to this adapter. And then I set this adapter to my list view. And if I click one of this list, then I have set this on-click method, on-click listener. Inside this on-click method, on-click listener, I have created the intent. What this intent will do, it will pass the name and the link from each of the list according to the position. And then it will pass it to the web view activity. The web view activity then use the link to show the PDF file. So now let's look at the adapter, how I implemented this. This adapter takes in the context, images, names, and links. Inside this adapter, I have implemented a view holder. The view holder is very useful because it will reduce the amount of resources used for parsing this each of these lists. So let's see how this works. Inside this adapter, there is the get view. This will do most of the work. So I have initialized my view holder inside this, and if the convert view is means if there is any view converted, if the convert view is null, then the layout inflator will inflate this layout. This is the layout for each of the list. Let's look at this. This is just a simple layout for each of the list. This list layout will be used for all of the items. So this adapter will inflate the view, and then it will hold. It will set all of this inside the holder. So after this, if the holder is empty, then the list will be, then the view will be inflated. And if it is not empty, Then the already inflated view that is present in the holder will be used, which means for the first time this whole layout will be inflated, but for the other items the list will be reused. Just the icon and the name will be changed. Everything else like the background color, margin, padding, everything will be saved for reuse. This will cut down on the RAM usage and make it much faster to load this list view. Okay, not much else to see in this. Now let's go to the web view activity. Let's see how that works. I can go from right here. So this is the web view activity. Let's look at the layout design. This is very simple. There is just a progress bar at the bottom of the screen that will show the progress of loading. And this is the toolbar, this one the toolbar, and this is just a web view. Now let's look at the Java code. Here I have declared two static constants for using in the intent. I have declared them as constants, so I don't make any mistakes. Then I will use the intent that I get from clicking any of the list items. So this will use the intent to get the title from the name key and the link from the link key. The title will be used to set title in the toolbar right here. Here is the title, and the link from this intent will be used to load the URL right here. Now let's see how this progress bar work. I have declared this progress bar, and I have also declared the web view. So here I have a find view by ID, the web view. Then I have set a web view client, a new web view client. What this will do is, if I did not set any web view client, then when I load the URL, it will load the URL in the default browser like Chrome browser. But if I set the web view client here, then this URL will be loaded inside this web view. Then I have also set it a web Chrome client. Web Chrome client just gives me the progress of a web URL loading. So this is the progress that I get, and then I have used this progress inside my progress bar. I have set progress to the according to the progress that I get from the web Chrome client, and this will be used to show if my web page is loading or not. If the progress reaches 100, that means the URL is completely loaded, then the progress bar will be gone. Otherwise, it will be visible. That's it. That's all it does. Now I have declared some settings for my web view. So here I have enabled JavaScript, because JavaScript is very important. Without JavaScript, we cannot load the Google Drive content. So this shows a warning that JavaScript may be vulnerable to some virus attack, but we have to use it. We have no other way. I have also declared the zoom properties so that the user can zoom in and out inside their web view using their touchscreen. Okay, then I just load the URL. After that, I have created a download listener so that if the user want to download any PDF, he can download it. Let's say, for example, I open one of these, and this is the progress bar. As you can see, it is loading. When it's completely loaded, it will be gone. Okay. Now let's just download one. After clicking the download button, this just shows the toast message that downloading, and this is the download completed. So let's see how this download manager works. I have set a download listener. The download listener gives me these properties to work with. So inside the download listener, this is just a if-else statement. I just use this to make sure that I have permission to write storage. In order to download, I need to permission. I need a write storage, external write storage permission. So I just check the permission. If the permission is granted, then I just call the downloader method. Otherwise, if the permission is not granted, then I ask a request for the permission here, and then call the download method. Else, if my Android build version is greater than Android M, which means greater than Android Marshmallow, then I don't need any permission, so I can directly go to the downloader. So now let's see what is in the downloader. Inside the downloader, I have declared the two string for file name and cookie. Cookie is important. So I have declared a download manager. Download manager will get system service for download service, because we are not going to build a completely new download manager. The Android system already provides us the system download service. So I have then created a download request download request will parse the download URL, and then it will create a request. Then I have added a request header for the cookie and the user agent. And then I have allowed media scanning by media scanner, so that any other Android application can see my downloaded files. And then I have set a notification visibility that will show a notification if my download is complete. And then I have used this method to find out the file name of the file I'm downloading. And after doing all of that, the download manager will get the download request and put it in the QE, download QE, so it will start downloading. After all of this, a toast message will be shown to let the user know that download has started. Okay, that's all from the download manager. Now there is on back press method. If I go to navigate to any other page, let's say if I go to this page, then if I click back, then it will go to the previous page if it can go back. And if there is no previous page to go back, then it will just go back to the previous activity. So that's what it does, the on back press method. If web view can go back, then it will go back. Else it will clear the cache and clear the history of the web view, because we don't need those. So it will clear cache, clear history, and then call the super on back pressed. And then there is also the on option item selected, which is for this button. If I click this button, then it will do also clear cache and clear history, and then finish this activity. If I click this activity will be finished. So that's almost everything that I can show you right now. There is also a search screen that I have implemented, but I did not complete the backend part. That's all for me. Thank you very much.
At last, I want to add something about our project. We are very thankful to our sir, because on this online education system, we have learned a lot how to work through online. Like this time was fully, we have done this project fully on GitHub. Like our team member push and we pull it from the GitHub. If Anisuzzaman Shayak, can you please stop your presentation? So thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful semester. Like if I share my screen, I want to show you something that we have done fully our project on from the GitHub. Like you can see, here is my ID, and we have done this project on 13 commits. So here it is. Like we have started this project 26 days ago. Here I have committed the first commit was 26 days ago, and today is 16 December 2020, and the last commit was made by Anisuzzaman Shayak like 10 hours ago. So this is how we already we learned a lot how we should work on and contribute in GitHub, and like commits, push and pull. These are the things we have learned from YouTube and different kinds of website. So thank you so much, sir, and we have learned a lot through this semester with you. And this is all about us. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.